because I've seen this being asked in many of the interviews. So I thought I will show that in the real practical how to handle that. I hope you don't face that issue, but yes, if you face that, then how to handle it. So I hope my voice is okay, right? Just in case if the voice is not clear and all, do let me know. So here I'll just make you go through the basics, what we have done and what all environment we have used. So as I said, we are using AWS EC2. We have used 3T Micro. I'll show you just a basic here. So this is T3 medium micro class. Okay, just a second. I hope my voice is okay, right? Or not?
Fine.
Yeah, right.
All right, so that's what we have used. Now, for now, we have not used any special security groups and all. So we just kept it open since it's a POC. So what we have done, we made an EC2 of T3 Micro, and after that, we installed OGG over it, and along with SQL Server 2017 developer, right? And the OS is 2019 base. And once I created the first machine, after that we cloned it to have a target also. So anyone is having any idea in SQL Server, or have they installed OGG in it? Okay, fine, no worries. So first I'll show you.
Long.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the GoldenGate is? Let me see.
Sorry, I could not hear your question. Can you?
Yeah,
I think I'm having
what?
noise over here. Can you just post your question in the chat? In case if you are having this issue with the voice, just you can post the question over the chat, so it will be easy for me also to just check. Okay, so here, all right, thank you. So first thing is you need to create a database. So installation part we are not covering here of doing the SQL Server. It's very standard. You would just download, and it's almost like a next. All right. So here this is the testing one. This we have used as a source, and here I've used one table dbo.emp for an example to show here. The first major important thing is that it should be in full recovery mode. That is the prerequisite for GG SQL Server. So as you can see, I have it here full. So that's the first requirement over here. So I'll just first make you go through with the document which I have made here, so it will be easy, and then I'll show you each and everything. So here, please ensure that it's in full backup mode. That says a full one, recovery mode. And also we need to take the backup once before we start the OGG. And after that, I hope you, if any one of you has done the GG part in Oracle, so that also we need to create the account for GG, right? So same thing we are going to do here. Now, in SQL Server, we create user as well as schema. So it is not same as it is in Oracle. Schema are the ones which will hold the objects. So even in GG, I hope you are aware that we use a globals file. Global file, and in this we specify which is the schema which will hold all the objects related to OGG. Because for the functioning of OGG. Like if you can see here, there are few tables. As you can see, OGG. So like GG admin dot Oracle GG cleanup job status, the checkpoint table. So all these things are required for the internal functioning of GG. So to hold, so where will all these objects store? We have, so we'll just make, I made a short script, so you can just, use this. So we are creating for login of GG admin, and this thing we are going to use to log into the SQL server. So we like with the standard password, this is a very standard, statement. You can find it anywhere. So I gave the rights of sys admin because at the start we need to enable the database for CDC, that is the change capture, right? So the supplemental logging, if you have done in Oracle, you will know what is the importance of that. So to run all those statements, you need to have this sysadmin privilege. And here, when I use testing, right? So testing one is the database name, right? So that also I'm creating an account for GG and adding a role of DB owner over there. And then now this is the basic stuff. You have made all the accounts and all. Then what we need to do, we need to take at least one full backup. So this is a prerequisite from Oracle, so that before you start your extract, please take one full backup. So taking backup is pretty much straightforward, like Oracle, just right click, task, backup over here. And just you can say okay, simple. It's done also. It's a very small one, so it will be done very soon. Now, going to the next part. Any doubt up till now? Yes, no? Please let me know.
Yeah, please don't hesitate to ask questions, guys. If you ask questions, then we can make it more interesting section. And we are all documenting this stuff in our website.
Yeah, so it will be all shared. So no need to worry.
Well, actually, I have just got one question. I thought the interview, I thought the session was to begin at around 8:30. It's already started. I was not sure about it.
We announced
it was at 8 actually.
Yes.
8, is it? Okay. Because in the WhatsApp, I thought it was specified as 8:30.
No.
All right.
Well, no worries. If you have doubt, you can still ask. I can say that again. It's no issues.
Yeah, please.
We
Just wanted to know about GoldenGate.
Yeah. So, any idea who you have? Or you're totally
Well, actually,
new to it?
I think that I've actually worked on CDC, clean data capture. So I just want to know what is the difference between this actually GoldenGate GUI and the GoldenGate command interference.
GoldenGate GUI. So you mean microservice?
Yes, microservices, I guess.
Microservice. Okay. So microservice currently is only for Oracle now. Okay. It's not for heterogeneous. So microservice, they came up from the version 12.3.
There is a lot noise.
Yeah.
1 minute.
So just give a short answer to it. It's from 12.3 version. It's totally GUI, and the architectural changes are huge. Here they have taken out the pump and they added a new service, that is distribution service. So that's a totally new topic. If you want, I'll say more at the end of the class, but still I'll make a note of it. CDC versus classic, right? This you want to know, right?
Yes.
No worries. So in case if you have any doubt outside the topic, also let me know. I'll just note it down here and I'll try to answer at the end. Any other?
Yeah, thank you so much, Sri. Yeah,
no issues.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sri.
Thank you. Anything else? Anyone? Okay, no worries. So here till this point we have what we have done. We have just created the database with full recovery mode, created all the accounts here, simple, and we have just taken a backup. That's it. Now what we need to do for connecting, right? So we need to create a ODBC client over here. This is my source database, ODBC. All right, can do here. And in the system DNS, all you need to do is configure. So you can give the kind of alias name you need here, OGG, and you can give your description. Here I gave which SQL Server instance. So you can see here it's the same thing. EC2, AMAZ and all. It's the same thing over here. GG source over here. And then here you need to enter the password which you had given earlier. So the password, well, let me check. Welcome at the rate 123. So I'll just give it back here. Okay, and we are using the SQL Server authentication. This is the most important thing. So thing is which default database it needs to point. So among the set, you have to choose one. So master model, we will not choose them because they are inbuilt. I mean, they are like used for the SQL Server internal stuff. All we need to use for the user database. So that is what given here. We'll leave it all default, and that's it. And then you have to finish. Test it. Yeah, is everything good, right? So that's how you can just create a simple ODBC driver just to connect. If you ask in terms of Oracle, I would say that when you configure the service name for OGG in the database and the DNS entries, right? So same way we can just relate to that stuff. All right. So this is done. The connection part is done. Okay, till here it is done. Next part is to configure the globals file. So this is the most important thing. We do that even in Oracle, as you can see here. And we can add a lot many parameters, but for now, this is the most important one because I need to specify the schema where GoldenGate will keep all its objects. Internal one, I mean, it's for their internal purpose. And ensure that the SQL Server agent is also up. Okay, so that is up. Actually, I have already made it automatic. All right, and before that, one part I missed to add here, but no worries, I'll just show you. Here I have added GoldenGate as a service. Service means whenever the server is brought up, the manager will be automatically brought up here. So you can see it is automatic. So that's a plus point in SQL Server. We can do the same in Oracle, like if you have used rack, then in that we have XAG. So with XAG, you can just make it a cluster resource, and whenever it is up, it will, whenever your server is up and all, up with the CRS, it will be also brought up. Okay. All right. Any doubt up till now?
Yeah. Hi. Hi,
Yeah.
Ganesh here. So as you said, this agent needs to be up and running. So
Yeah.
does that mean we can implement GoldenGate only on Express edition? I mean, only on enterprise editions? Like, I mean, let's say if I have SQL Server.
Developer it is actually. I mean, what I am using here is a developer.
Okay, if I use Express edition, then
I don't think. No, I don't think. Because what I saw in the certification matrix, I just saw these two.
Okay.
If they add, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because why they need this agent? Because of the cleanup job. So I'll just come to that also afterwards.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, Srikanth, yeah, Vinod here.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Actually, the GGMCR service is automatically coming in the SQL developer service, or
No, we have to add that. There's a statement over it. I think I missed to add that. So let me check if I can. It's we use this statement that is, I'll install service and we give the GG name actually here. So don't worry, I'll just add it's just one statement and add over there. But no, we have to enable it. If we don't, then every time the server is brought up, you have to manually start it.
okay. Yeah.
Which normally we don't do in real time, prod environment. Anything else? Okay, no worries. So now, credential store we are going to add. So this is the proper, syntax here. It's same for Oracle also. So we just did from first add credential store, then alter it and added the user, that's the GG admin, password, and the alias over here. Now, when you try to log in, so I hope you remember we had created the ODBC service, right? Here. So in this, in Septron DNS, look at the name here, OGG. So the same name should come while you try to connect. All right, so I'll just do that. So I'll just maximize it. Okay, I'm in. See, successfully logged in. Yeah, so I have these two schemas, so these two table. I'm just trying to check the supplemental for logging over here. It should have been enabled. Yes, it is. You can see enabled over here. And you can view what are the credential store over here. So we use this one for now. Right? Now, the most important part, like you cannot just install GG and just straight away start by, starting the extract and all. So thing is, we need to make the database eligible for the CDC capture mode. All right. So thing is, one way, there are two ways. One way, if you just do this, add run data dbo.table, okay, for any object, the SQL server will internally make the database. For example, your database is very fresh. All right. Can you just be on mute, someone, please? Yeah, thank you. The thing is, if your database is really fresh, right, so it is not enabled for CDC, so this will internally do all your work. Additionally, you have an option to enable it yourself, that is, enable the CDC. So once you do this, it will automatically create all the tables, procedures which you need for the working of CDC, means change data capture. So that is what extract is going to do, because whatever changes are happening, it has to capture, right? So to enable that, all the required objects will be created automatically the first time you do add tran data. Any doubt in this? It's a very important thing actually. Because if you don't enable the supplemental logging, your GG or leave GG, any replication software will not work. Now, there are two things which happens with this. Now, this is just a screenshot. You can see all the internal objects which are created once you enable the logging. That is the add tran data. But the problem here is it will create two jobs. That is one for the CDC capture and the one for the cleanup job. So as in Oracle, we have the redo log. In SQL Server, we have the, I think, T log, it's called. Like, for example, transactional log, right? Okay, just a thing. I hope everyone knows that GG will capture change from the transactional logs, right? Like if it is Oracle, it will take from the SQL Server, sorry, the redo log, archive log. Is that part clear for everyone?
Do you have any diagram, just because
Yeah, I'll just show
we're
you.
talking about? No, not for that. Like just general GoldenGate, how it is, how it captures, how it
Okay,
pushes.
I'll just explain that.
Just
Yeah,
a simple thing so that people can relate with the what we are doing.
No worries, no worries, no worries. I'll explain that with the diagram in real time. No worries. Okay, so this is my source. Okay, irrespective, it can be Oracle or SQL Server. Basically, it's an RDBMS. All right. Now, every RDBMS, they have some transactional logs. What that log means is that whatever operation is happening in your database, everything will be logged to some file. So even if you do even if you update, delete, anything you do, it will all be stored in the transactional logs. I'll just increase the size over here. So these now, in terms of Oracle, we call them as redo or archive logs. Okay, redo and archive logs to be more precise. And now, this is my extract. So here, what I do here, thing is now everything which is, or whatever changes are being happened. So as I said, change, right? Change which is happening real time. So all these changes will be stored in the transactional log. That's a generic term. In Oracle, it will be redo and archives. In SQL Server, it will be T logs. All right. So my extract over here, this is the source for my extract. It will read all these transactions log as it is. And for example, this database is having, for example, 1,000 tables. All right. But in your extract parameter file, you gave only, for example, 10 tables, right? So the job of the extract is to scan all the transaction logs and to find any DML or any operation related to these 10 tables. So that's the work of my extract. This is true even if the source is Oracle, SQL Server, Postgres, okay, anything. So whatever changes the extract has identified, it will just jot down. Okay, I'll make a partition over here. This is like the left side is my source server and everything over the right is the target server. It will be easy. Here, this is your network. All right. So here the extract will, whatever the changes it gets, it will write down to the trail files over here, locally in the source. And this is a very ideal case. That is, I mean, this is what we follow in real time. There are a few other cases where you can make the extract send the trails directly to the target, but that is not advisable. It has its own pros and cons. But now I'm just trying to teach you which is the ideally used everywhere. So you have a local trail. We call this as the local trail or ext trail. So these are some terms which we use. Yeah, here. Now I have another process called as pump. Basically, it's also an extract, but we name it as pump over here. So the job of the pump is to read whatever extract is writing to the trail, the pump will read from it and it will send over the network to the target. Now, ideally, I'm not sure if you have heard, you might have heard that pump writes to the target server actually is the collector process. So the pump sends everything to the target. The collector will take all the chunks, jot down in the proper order based on the SCN and all, and then it will write to the, this is the Replicate, and it will write to the remote trail over here. Right? So the reason why I draw two, it means there are too many. There can be so many trails. That's my Replicate over here. So that's the work of the pump. And the Replicate job, before that, let me just draw the target database over here. Even this can be anything, SQL, Oracle, Postgres, it does not care because the format of the trail files are ideally same and it is not related to the software which you're using, that is Oracle or SQL Server. So that is why it's very easy to use GG to replicate from anything to anywhere, Oracle to SQL, SQL to Postgres, etc. And here my replicate will read from this trail. So we call these trails as, I can say, target trails, but mostly we call it as RMT trail or remote trail. And here is my replicate. This guy will read from the trails and apply in the target. Is that okay? Clear, everyone?
The force logging is enabled at the schema level or the table level?
Database level.
Database level directly. Okay.
Yeah.
And the collector process is
collector is not something which you can access. It is automatically, every pump, based on every pump, it will spawn a new process. So that's not under your hands. But yes, you can if you want to limit that, then there's another parameter where you can just enable few ports. So when I say the pump is connecting to the target, it needs some port over here, right? There has to be a port open in the target server, right? So the collector process is mapped with the port. I mean, you can say in short. So if you have only 2 or 3 ports, right? So you can at the max you can have only 5 incoming pumps to that server. So indirectly, the 5 collector process will be spawned, and that is not under your control. I mean, we cannot do info collector and all. So that I'm trying to say.
Sure. Thanks.
Sri, this is Anand here.
Yeah, Anand.
Just a small question.
Yeah, please ask. Please ask.
Can we do the same with, as you mentioned, like we can do it from Postgres as well? Say, for example, here we have mentioned like K-log, read log. For Postgres SQL, from which log it will read the data and it will replicate,
So what is the... Okay, so Postgres should be having some transactional log, right? Okay. It's an RDBMS, right? No, even I don't know what is the log name over there, but every RDBMS will have a transactional log. See, why do we need this transactional log? For example, if the database crashes, right?
Okay.
So we have to replay the, whatever the miss, right? So that's what. So even in Postgres, it will read from its transactional log. I don't remember the name of Postgres, so that log name, I don't know. But yes.
Okay. Actually, I just searching for that transaction log in Postgres, so I don't know where I can get that off. Okay, I will check.
But I have configured a long back, and I know it works. It will work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Welcome. Any other? I'm sorry, your voice is not audible, Vivek.
Can you hear me? Hello? Now you can hear me.
Yeah.
So actually my question is like 2 months back I did some migration from Oracle to AWS RDS. So at that point of time I'm using the replication instance. So the same concept here also, the replications like ongoing replication is going in, whatever the changes inside from the source to the target one. So without downtime we can do the replications from SQL to Oracle, is it?
So you did with OGG?
Not OGG. I used a replication instance in AWS.
Okay.
So same thing, the same concept I did. So same concept you are using with the help of OGG, is it?
Right. But here, the downtime, I would say, I won't say there will be no downtime, to be very frank. But yes, we'll have very less downtime. If you want, I can just keep that for the end and I will give you a plan. I mean, how we do migration using OGG, irrespective of cloud on-prem. Right? Anything else? Anyone?
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome. So I'll just try to fasten up so that I can show the use case of trail file lost. All right. So I was here. All right. Sorry, here. Yeah. So here we enable the tran data, and internally it will create all the objects, procedures, and all. But one issue here is it will also create a cleanup job. So the work of that job is to clean up the logs, the transactional logs. Now, thing is, it is recommended by Oracle that we have to drop that job. Okay. Why? Because this job is not in sync with the extract. So, for example, your extract is stopped for more than a day. Okay, and the schedule time is, I think, every 9 hours or 72 hours. I mean, it's that way. So you can set it out. And if, for example, a transactional log sequence 100 is required, and if this job cleans up that logs, and the extract will fail, right? So here, what we do, we take out this job, cleanup job, and we create another cleanup job, which will be in sync with the extract. That is the extract recovery checkpoint. I hope, I mean, any doubt in this? Because recovery checkpoint is something which means that if let me ask this doubt so it will be clear for all. At 9 a.m., I stopped my extract, okay? This is irrespective of Oracle or SQL Server. Now, for 2 hours, it was down. And at 11:30 a.m., okay, you fire a start extract. Can someone tell from which point extract will start? From 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. or 11:30? Or it will not start only?
From 9 a.m.
And why is that?
Because it uses checkpoints, na? Checkpoint detail.
Okay. So for example,
It might
okay.
check the last SCL, is it?
No, it will not change it that. Okay. I mean, that's a whole big topic, but just for a short, I'll just try to, it's an interview question. For example, at 7 a.m., an application job kicked off, okay? All right. Now, that is, this job usually take around, I would say 5 hours, all right? So it started at 7 a.m., so 5 means it will ideally be finished at 12 a.m. 12 p.m. Sorry. Application job finished. Now tell me here. Now, while the extract was trying to extract, now thing is at 12 p.m. only it will commit. All right, whatever this session. So now tell me one thing. Now if I stop the extract at 9 a.m. and at 11:30 I start the extract, from which point it will start?
It will store information in bounded recovery area.
Great. Right. So thing is, nothing will be missed out, right? It will have the checkpoint, like at which point it needs to start. And if the bounded recovery is not enabled, then it will go and look for the archive logs of this time. Correct? So we need to ensure that those logs are available, isn't it? So that work is done by this job. So here, this is a script, and here I'm creating a new Oracle GoldenGate CDC cleanup job. Same like RMAN. I mean, I'm sure like you must have faced some issue in RMAN when it tried to clean the archive logs. It gave some, I would say, error that it is required for some downstream and all upstream. Anyone? If you have GG in your environment or data guard.
Yeah, we get it.
Right. So the objective of that is that those archive logs are still required by the extract. So with the same logic, we are creating a new cleanup job over here, and the job is created. So if you want to see this job, yeah, this is my source. So these are the jobs, the testing job. So this job is in sync with the extract checkpoint, which is here. So now the problem here is if you just stop your extract for 2-3 days and you just don't look over it, it will not clean up the transaction logs, and you might face issue with the disk space. Okay, so you need to be careful on that. Is it fine? Clear?
Yes.
All right, great guys. All right, so just I'll just do a small flow, and the syntax are just standard. I mean, it's the same, when you're done with, even in Oracle, we add the extract the same way, right? Alter extract. Now integrated. Okay, can I use integrated here in the SQL Server? Integrated extract.
No, I guess.
But why?
We
There
can
has to be some reason.
we can use integrated in Oracle, but I'm not sure with SQL Plus.
Okay, integrated.
No.
Yeah, please.
I think only Oracle supports integrated.
Any reason for that? Okay, I'll just take a short. I'll just go back to this diagram. Okay. All right. Now, what I told, the job of the extract is to scan the redo and archives, right? So we had first the classic extract. So here the classic extract used to do all the work of scanning the redo logs and all. Now with integrated, all right, integrated extract doesn't extract. Oh, okay. It will not read the redo or archives. Okay, just hold on for that. I'll explain why. Because here integrated, okay, the space is actually less. I'll do one thing. I'll just clean up this for now. Yeah. So here in integrated, actually, there's a whole new architecture over here. So the log miner, right? Log miner, and it's not even the log miner. There are many internal processes, that is preparer, then applier and all, etc. There are more 3-4 internal background processes. I mean, if you get a chance, just try to look the alert log file for the integrated extract. You will see all these processes, because half of the answer if for the integrated extract we get from the alert log itself. So here, this log miner will and do the work of scanning the redo archive, and it will give the changes in to the integrated extract, and this here will write to the local trail. The thing is, the log miner is an in-house tool for Oracle, right? We don't have this tool for SQL Server or any other software. So that is why integrated is only for Oracle. Is that okay, clear?
Yes, clear.
All right, thank you. And all right, integrated. Okay, I think this is enough. Okay, yes. So I'm just adding a classic extract over here with tran log, meaning to say read from the transaction log. So this syntax is also same for Oracle, isn't it? Doing this, and if you want to see, I'll just show you from the GGSCR log instead of this. I hope you are aware that GGSCR log will have everything what I have done. Yeah. So let me maximize this one. Instead of showing from the doc, I thought showing from here, it will be nice. Right, so I did some testing over here. And all call, it doesn't work for the SQL Server. Yeah, so here I had added the tran data, and here I'm adding the extract, the same syntax. All right, then I started my manager at that point. These all are the internal things. You can check the report file for the more in-depth scanning. And since I'm using GG19C, the trail file format will also be same. Yeah. And here I'll just try to show you pumps. I'll just scan, add. TXT trail source. All right. So here is, I've added my pump over here. All right. So don't go for this, just see this one. Add extract, pump, ext trail source. So here, as I showed in the diagram, right, the pump would read from the local trail, would read from the local trail and write to the RMT trail, right? So I need to specify, right, from where to read. So here I specify my pump, just maximize it to read from this. So this is my ext trail, and in the second line there is add RMT trail. That is where it has to write in the target. Just a second, it got hung actually for me. Oh, just a second. I'll try to connect it back again. So that was my SQL Server 1. Let me confirm. Yeah, that's my target. Okay, it's not down yet. That's great. Okay, it is from AWS. I'm not sure on that. Let me cancel this out. And my error log file. Ext trail source. Okay, it's a spell mistake. 1 second. P1 to EST. So yeah, after the pump is done, okay, then we have to go to the target. So in target, what I have done here, we have created the same way. Only thing is, I just need to create the users. I don't need to add the supplemental logging here. Any reason why we don't need to add the logging in the target?
Because capture the transaction.
No, I'm saying, like, I hope you understood why we did the supplemental logging at the source side, right? Is anyone having any doubt in that? Why that additional the logging is required at the source end?
No, because record will be uniquely identified.
Sorry, what was the last thing?
Transaction will be uniquely identified. If primary key or a unique key or is not available, then record will be identified.
Okay. Even
we
if
have only one primary key.
Okay, the answer here is, okay, I'll just supplemental logging, right? Supplemental logging
changes.
is no. Okay, if time permits, I'll give you a short brief on this. It will be interesting. Thing is, supplemental logging is required irrespective whether you have the primary key or not. And it's not related to blocks, not at all. What it does, without supplemental logging, your update and delete transactions would always fail. The reason I explain at the end of the class, okay, if you have time, but just note it down, only insert will work. Okay, it's a whole explanation to it. Right now, I would just do this part, and if the time permits, I'll surely do this. So in target database, all it needs to do is to apply. So the thing is, your replicate is just like any other user session, which is logging to the target and applying the DMLs. That's it. Even if you log into the target, for example, you have some insert script, right? And you need to apply it both in the source and target. What will you do? You will log into the source, apply those insert scripts, log into the target, apply those insert scripts, right? So that is what we call as SQL apply. So the replicate does just that work. It logins to the database like any other user session, and it applies the transaction. That is why it doesn't care what is there at the target. It is SQL, Oracle, Sybase, it does not care. All it needs to know how to log in. That's it. So that is why we don't need to do anything special at the DB level. Is that okay? Clear? Yeah.
So tell me again.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that replicate is just like any session. Like for example, if I give you one SQL file which is having 100 inserts, and I tell you to apply at 5 different databases. So what will you ideally do? You will just log into each of the database and apply it, right? Manually. Right. So the thing is, what you are doing is just an SQL apply, right? You are just applying some SQLs, right?
Okay.
The same thing your replicate is doing. What replicate is doing, it doesn't care what is the underlying database, Oracle, SQL, Sybase. If I tell you, you have to Oracle one SQL Server. So you also need to connect to SQL Server in one way, Oracle in another way, isn't it? So the same thing, the replicate will be known through its binaries, which we have the GG binaries, right? That is why we have different GG binaries for different softwares. So the replicate will just log into the respective target and do the SQL apply. So that is why we don't need to do anything special in the target. So that is why the supplemental for logging is not required. It is required only if you want to configure the extract over there.
So it means that it will apply multiple targets. I mean, the same script will be applied to multiple targets. The same
No, that was
script.
just an example. So thing is, if you have one extract and you have one source as Oracle, another one as SQL Server, right? So thing is, at both of the end, you have to install different binary, right? One binary, one GG binary for Oracle, one for SQL Server.
Yeah,
So
because
whatever transaction is happening, yeah, right, correct. So here, for example, if the source is one, just take a new diagram. Oh, sorry, I'm just typing the VM again and again. Yeah, here. You have one source over here. And here is your Oracle, this is your SQL, this is your Sybase. Oracle, SQL Server, Sybase. This is, for example, source is also Oracle over here. So what will be you doing over here? One extract, or you can have 3 extracts, it's all up to you. But definitely I will need 3 pumps, which will pump to each of the targets. Let me name them. This is your extract. That's your pump 1, P1, P2, P3. And here you go. Extract will read from the transactional logs. Okay. I'm not drawing the Uridion archive for now. So it will read from the transactional log. It will write to the local trail over here. And each of my pump, right, they will read from them. And send to the respective target. You will have, okay, I'll draw the RMT trail also here. So each of these pumps will send to the respective RMT trail in each of their targets, and you have a replicate at each of this target. Let me, yeah, blue is fine. And then for SQL Server, I'll give as purple. And sorry for that. I'll take green for Sybase. This will be replicate 1, replicate 2, and over here it's replicate 3. So what my replicate will do, we'll read from all these trails and we'll just apply in the target. Read here. And only thing is, I need to install different GoldenGate binaries. The binaries will not be same. Like even for Oracle in Windows, it will not be same. For Oracle in Linux, it will not be same. So similarly, GG binary for Oracle, this will be for SQL Server, and here you go for Sybase. Actually, even for SQL Server, it's just a file and you need to just unzip it. A zip file will be there, just unzip it in the any respective folder you need to install. So here I had unzipped in this folder. C, OGG, 19C, and OGG. And once you unzip, you have all these files. Irrespective of Oracle, you have to do the run installer, right?
Yes, right.
Is that clear? Anything more?
Yeah.
Clear. Okay, so let's do one thing. I'll just show you. First thing, I just want to tell you, show you that the normal for replication is working fine. Then I will show you the case of missing trail files. So we have 4 rows over here in source. Just see the IP over here, 13, ending with 194 is my source. All right. And that's 103, that's my target.
Want to change the color of the target, the background color?
I'm not sure how we can change that.
That's okay then.
I'm new to SQL Server actually. But don't worry. The one having for replicate over here is your target. Simple. All right. So you have 4 rows over here and 4 rows over there. I'll just do a small insert. And employee
Which
ID
IP is your source?
this one. 194
Okay,
is my
194.
source. Right, so test one. So I have done my row. So now you will be having 5 rows over here. Right? You can even see here 5 rows. Let's go to my target and just check if it came or not. Yeah, as you can see here, test one, right? And you want to verify that. So let me check. I'm just checking the stats, and it's one insert. All right. So now when I'm trying to show you missing trail files, right? So first I will try to come into that state first. So I'll just stop the replicate for now. And I hope no one should clean the trail files outside OGG. Only the manager should purge the trail files. So I'm just trying to show you a case. If you do it yourself, what issues you can cause in your environment. And you will not even come to know. That's the worst part. All right. So I'll just stop my pump over here. So the thing is, every time you stop your pump or extract, it will create a new trail automatically. Or you can do with ET rollover. ET rollover is totally new topic, so I'll not go deep into that. All I need now is to come into that state where I'm having issue. So I'll just show you one thing. In my source, how many trail files are there? So there are 12 trail files over here in source, and in target SH is like, in Oracle, if you're in SQL plus prompt, you type, if you need to execute the OS statements, you use this exclamation sign, right? Shift 1. So same way in GG, you can use SH. DIR is like, when we do LS, right? In Linux prompt. So target, we have 7 trails. All right. So what I'll be doing now, in between, I'll be inserting some transactions, and then I will do the stop start. All right. So let me insert some more values in 600 series. This is, I would say, stop 1. Okay, the first stop attempt. I'll insert 2 rows. 6110 620. Now, since I have stopped my pump and replicate, so this will not be propagated to the target. I'll just show you that also. You can see the rows will not come. It will be just 5 rows only, and the replicate is stopped, and also the pump over here is stopped. I'll just start the pump over here for now. Just give it some time, and meanwhile just checking the target if you got any new trails. So here you had trail file sequence number 7, and this is shortcut if you need to run any of these previously fired statement. So this is the line number. So I will just do exclamatory sign 16. All right, so you can see here we got a new trail, right? 8. Earlier it was only till 7. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll insert few more. So I'll again stop the pump. So what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to increase the count of my trail files in the target, and I will delete one of them and show you how to recover from that. So to come into that state, first I'm just making my environment to have some more trails. Right. Now here I'll just add the 700 series over here. This I'll give you stock 2. So I'm just giving some meaningful names so that we understand that. All right. Now I will start my pump again. And now I should be having another trail file over there. Yeah, trail file number 9, right? Okay. Now, let me go to the trail file path. So you can check here, it is COGG19, COGG dir dat, right? And even tst is the folder name. So just go to dir dat, even test. Here I'm having my trail files, right? Is this clear until now? Now I will delete one trail file and show you how to recover. Till this point, any doubt?
No.
Okay, great. So just a second. All right. So what I'll do, I'll try to delete trail file number 8. Okay. So instead of deleting, I'll just move it somewhere. So here I'm having trail file number 8. Now, anyone, can you tell, if I start the replicate now, will it fail, or what will happen? Any guesses?
Which file did you
It will
delete?
search for 8.
Replicate will be abandoned.
Okay, so we have 2, 3 answers. So what I said, now my replicate was in trail file sequence 7. So I deleted trail file number 8. So you can see here, now you don't have 8, right? I'll just try to run again the ls over here. So after 7, you directly have 9. So my doubt was, what if I start my replicate now? What will happen? Will it fail? Will it skip?
Fail.
Okay, and will it skip to 9?
No.
Okay, it will not. Anyone else having any other answer? So there are 2 cases over here being told. It will fail. Someone told skip to 9. Right? Any other?
It will replicate up to only 7.
Okay, and what after that? I mean, it has already done up till 7, right?
It will not replicate the record at the target site.
Okay, so will it be up or append, or it will be stuck?
It will do the replication till 7. It can't go
Okay.
to 8 because 8 has been skipped.
Correct.
8 has, right?
Right. So thing is, will it be showing any lag? Normally, if you have GG in your environment, you will only see the process if it is having some lag, or if it is event, right? If it is just showing, I mean, if it is just like this, up and
It
for
has to
running
compare the
fine.
data between the source and the target.
Correct. All right. That's one way. Correct. Now, see here, the replicate is up and running, and there is no lag. There is no checkpoint lag. There is no normal lag, right? So, can I say that the replicate is actually anyone? Is actually stuck, right? Because it will never go to 9 because it is still searching for 8.
It is searching for 8.
Yeah, the replicate is not even aware that the trail file number 8 8 is lost. What it is thinking that the pump has not sent trail file number 8, but in reality, what is happening? Pump is not going to stop. It will just keep on sending new trails, right? For example, if I stop the pump now, start again. Just give it some time. See here. So the new trail came, right? So it is just going to pump. That's it. But your replicate will be still stuck in 7, and only when the application team, like someone said, right, that if they find any, like if they're not able to find any data, they will come to you, right? Understanding? So now you understand, if you play with the trail files manually, you can actually lead to very big issues. Because this cannot be caught in any alert if you're not having any any more scripting. So there is a way to catch this also, but with the normal alerting like lag and bend, this will never be caught, right? I hope everyone understood the scene, right?
Yes.
Yes. I think we can catch by the timings. We can catch it.
One question. So there is
Yeah.
Or by looking into the trial files, which file it is processing.
Sorry, someone was saying something.
By looking into the trail files, you can identify whether is it processing actual trail file or it is behind that.
Yeah, so you can actually check with the date actually here. So for example, tomorrow, if you come, the date will be still this only, 18th. So you can just check, why is this guy still on 18th? That's one way to check, but that will be still a manual check, right? If you have 10, 30, 40 servers, I don't think you would be going there and checking every day, right?
Right.
But yes, that is one check. That actually I do after every activity. For example, if I did some activity on some of the servers, the next day I'll just make or after a few hours, I'll just check, is it latest or not? That I'll do. But I cannot do daily for all these servers. Okay. Anything else? Anyone else? So shall we try to solve this?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we copy the trails from source?
No.
Okay, great.
Here we require to delete the remote trail 9 and 10, then restart the pump again.
But if you restart the pump again, it will start from 11, 12, 13. How will
No,
pump
here,
know that?
no. First we require to delete the 9th and 10th replicate remote
Okay,
trail.
okay,
Then we require to restart. Yeah.
okay. So let me do that also. Chalo. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, 10 I cannot do because 10 is the latest one. Okay, so leave 10 for here now. Now you're saying I will restart the pump. Let's start it back. See here, it will just go on with the sequence, right? According to the pump, it has already shipped trail file number 8. Whatever happens in target, it is not his responsibility, right? Pump has done its work, right?
Okay.
Correct, right? I hope everyone is following this, right? And what state we are?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's directly go to the solving part. So this is the checkpoint table which we use while adding the replicate. If we do that, we do this even for Oracle and all. This checkpoint table, now you will understand its importance. So this will, I like, apart from the checkpoint file which you have in dir.chk, for replicate you have an additional one. That is the checkpoint table. Now here you can see, what is the group name, or it's a group key, that's an inbuilt column, and in which sequence it is. So it is in trail file sequence number 7, right? According to the checkpoint file, right? It's in trail sequence 7, RBA 2720. Correct? Following this?
Yeah.
Right. And this is the time when of the trail file, etc. That's directory, and this is the log CSN. Log CSN is like an SCN of SQL Server. I think in SQL Server we have LSN. Log sequence number, I believe. Yeah, thank you. The thing is, this is similar to SCN of what we call in Oracle. Now, tell me one thing. Is this the LSN? Like now, since we are in SQL Server, is this the LSN of source database or the target?
Source.
Anyone else?
Now that.
Sorry?
You are checking on the target end, so it's targets, right?
Okay, targets. All right. So I have two answers: one source and one of target. The actual thing now. Let me show you the diagram again. It's a very simple diagram, but it can give you a lot of insights. I'll just try to draw the pump again for the simplicity. Okay, wait, I'll draw a new diagram altogether. From this, you will understand what it will store. That's your source, that's your target. Right? So I'm just skipping the I will not draw the redo log for now, just for the space, the constraint. That's your trail file. That's your pump over here. Don't worry, I'll name each and every diagram. That's my network, TCP IP. That's my extract. That's my local trail, I'll say. That's my pump. And this pump will write to the remote trail in the target. This thing in the right side is my target. This is my source. Okay. Yeah. And I will draw my replicator over here. Let me name them RFT trail. That's my replicator. All right. So I'll just join the dots for now. Extract will read from the transactional logs of the database. It will write to the local trail file, right? And pump will read from the local trail file right to the target trail or to the server connector. Replicate will read from this trail and apply to the target. Now, tell me one thing. This local trail, it will have information about the source only, right?
Yes.
So just fill a flow now. Okay, so thing is, extract wrote in the local trail, pump shipped that local trail to the target. So now when this trail comes here also it will have details of the source only, right?
Perfect.
And when the replicate is applying in the target, so it will apply the source data. Now this checkpoint table will store every information of the replicate. So this is the actually the LSN of the source side. Understand?
Got it.
Now another thing. If I ask you, okay, tell me one thing, till which point has your replicate applied in the target? So what you can do, you can check here, okay, this is the SCN, and you can go to the source. I mean, in Oracle, I hope you know, right, this command, select SCN to timestamp, right? We have this now in Oracle, correct? Clear, right? I mean, what I can, so for example, if this was a Oracle, this is like the source was Oracle, okay? So here you will have the SCN of Oracle, right? So if you want to check till which point your replicate has applied, you can copy that SCN from the checkpoint table of the target, go to the source, and you can do the SCN to timestamp, and you can check, okay, at least till this point, everything has been applied to my target. Am I making sense? Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So for sure you can say with 100% confidence that till this point my replicate has applied. So only thing is now what is my purpose? It is still in the trail sequence 7.
I think it's it is actually always invincible fact that we should always once the replicate has been applied, we have to check on the data on the source and on the target whether they are matching or not.
Correct.
This is
correct. That is true. Yes, that is true.
Yes.
But if I just ask, till which time is it? For example, till which time of the source all the data has been applied to target? This is just an additional check I gave you. For logical check, because
well, actually, we have got this TCP IP in between, Sri. So this TCP IP can actually create network traffic as well.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, if you are having lag, right? So this SCN will not be latest one. It will be older one, right? That is true. It will have the SCN only of those transactions which has been applied. So if you want to just check, for example, if the replicate is having 1 hour lag, for sure the SCN will be something related to 1 hour earlier, right? Approximate.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm trying to
middle
do.
tables, instead of checking on the middle tables, why don't we actually check on the source and the target, whether whatever data is in the source, whether it has been applied on the entire target or not.
Correct. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Well, you
Yeah.
can do it. Okay. So let's do one thing. At this state, if I check in the source side, all right. Here I go. I'll do the same example as you said. I'll check what is the data. Now, how many rows I'm having over here? 9 rows, right?
Yeah, 9 rows.
Now, in the target.
Yeah, check immediately.
Yeah, don't worry. My replicate is up only, right?
Perfect.
Five rows only, na?
5 rows only.
Chalo,
Yes.
so let me do one thing. I'll insert another row. 8 stop 3.
Execute.
How many rows? 11 rows, right?
10 rows.
11.
Yeah,
11.
11. Okay. Okay. It shows only 10 rows, but
5 rows here. Sorry?
it shows only 10 rows here on my screen.
No, I just scroll down.
Yeah. Fine.
Now I scroll down. Right?
11.
So I'm checking here actually. So 11 rows in these rows and only 5 rows in the target now.
Target.
So what can we do? So there are 2 ways. Either you can manually try to sync up the the target, right? That's one way. Or you can tell the application team, something is wrong. But then you can try to sync up, right?
If we actually make sure of monitoring the trail files to just make sure that none of the rows are missing, none of the trail files are missing, then what would happen? It would be easier to check on the
but at that point, so let's do that way. So if you have a monitoring and you identify that the trail file is not there, so in our case, how many trail files in between? 1 second. Yeah. So after R7, I don't have 8 and 9.
Yes.
So now you identify. Right. 2 trails actually. 8 and 9.
Yes.
So what can we do now? Chalo, we had a script, we identified. Now what is the action? Will it be fine if I alter to 10 and 11?
No.
Also, if I alter, it will be a data loss, right?
Yes.
Right. But I'll just give you one thing. Sometimes people do that. Like you are okay to sometimes you say just solve it for now. And I mean I've seen few cases where people just alter the next available trail and they later try to sync up the difference. But that is not an easy way every time, and I don't prefer that actually. I'll be spending hours over there actually if I do that way. But if you know like the table is small and all, fine. But still, what should be the ideal way? Now you have identified that your trail file is not there. How can we solve it without any data loss, without anything? So
like I can alter the pump. I can alter the pump to the time we got from the SCN.
Okay, fair enough.
But we need to redo everything again.
But you need to be actually sure, right?
Yeah.
You need to be actually perfectly sure that what you are saying, right? even if 1 second here and there, and if you miss the transaction start time, you can lose, na? So this is like a good thing, but still I would say there is a chance to lose, right? A minor chance, I would say. And also we don't alter the pump with some time actually. We only alter the pump to a trail file, right? Because see, what is the pump doing again in the diagram? This helps in visualizing. The pump is only going to read a file which is in OS, right? It's an operating system file, na? It's just like any other text file.
Right.
So do you think it will, I mean, how will the pump understand, na? Like from which time to read and all that? You have to tell him, okay, like for example, this is RBA 0. RBA 0 means start of the file, right? And for example, this is an 100 MB file. So like these many bytes, okay, for example, 100 MB, this is bytes, KB, this is 1 MB, okay. So if it is in this RBA, it means it is
basically,
at the end of the file.
Basically, I thought the entire whole point is, Sri, that we should make sure that while we are doing the replication from the source to the target, which means we are actually transferring all the data from the source to target, none of the trial files is missing. So we should be monitoring that.
Okay,
it's so simple, isn't it?
What my point is, even if you monitor, and for example, you have lost it, how are you going to solve it? Okay, you monitoring is for identifying, right? You cannot avoid it, right? Like if your table space is growing and if it is reaching threshold, there you can identify it. But how can you identify for a file which is going to be deleted, right?
Okay.
So now the point here is,
but actually, while we are doing the replication, it's a serious business, no? So it should not be deleted.
I know. It should not be. But what if you have someone is, what I've seen, someone just made some shell script, and by mistake there was some issue in the script, and it went in the dir, dat, and cleaned up the last 3 files. So the thing is, irrespective of anything, your trade file is lost. How it is lost, that is another thing, right? The point is what we can do now, how to solve it.
Yeah.
So that part I'm going to explain now here. So when someone said to alter the pump to the time based on this, I'm not sure
Not
who
on
said
the
that.
pump, not pump. I can alter the extract from it.
Okay, but the problem here is, okay, that will still work, but tell me this thing. Now here, someone deleted the trail files over here, and you have only one extract, okay, here.
But see,
Now,
the question is how. But actually, I believe that the entire question is how is it that they get the access to actually delete on the trial files?
Even your team members can do, right?
No, but when I am actually saying seriously that I am actually working on something, then if I just actually type them on the messenger, then they would not want to even interfere, right?
So
My
for
directory or
example,
my.
okay, but my directory means like the directory is shared for the whole team, right? Okay, if you're saying
No,
you
it's
have,
my personal directory. I just give read access.
No. This is trail file. This is not personal directory. This is GoldenGate trail files. That is what I'm talking. Yeah, GG trail files. That anyone can do, right? For example, if you have a team of 30 or 40, everyone will have access, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, one of you said you can alter the extract, but tell me one thing. If you alter this extract, it will affect all the other sites, right, which are already good. So that's not a feasible solution everywhere, isn't it?
I have one solution.
Yeah.
First, stop the replicate.
Okay, I'm doing that. After that?
First, stop the replicate and then delete the remote trail, which is greater than 7.
Okay.
Like 10, 10. Yeah.
Okay, and
10
after
11.
that?
And then restart the pump.
Okay, I think that we already did, but it did not work.
You just try to delete 11 and 10,
Okay.
10 and 11.
11, it will not be deleted, but I'll still try. I'll make a new folder.
Because I did this same step in Linux.
No, these steps are irrespective of any OS.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, it is Linux Windows. So 11 actually I cannot change because it is active, right? Anyone can go and mute if they're not speaking, please.
Hello. Is it work incremental level back then apply?
No, I don't go that far. It's fine. Don't go that far. Okay, I'll just show this case again. 11, I cannot move because that is the latest trail, right? And I hope you saw the warning. I mean, why this? Because the pump is writing, this pump over here. If I send pump status, so you can check over here, the pump is actually writing to the trail sequence 11. So this file
Okay, then
is
stop
actually
the
in
pump
use.
and then try to move.
Okay. At that point, the pump will also fail. I'll just show that. I know the solution, but we are trying everything so that we all understand. So now, if I try to move, yes. So now, shall I start the pump again?
First start the pump and then replicate.
Okay, no problem. Let it checkpoint. Okay. Now the pump lag is 0, right? Now let me go to the target and check. Oh, it gave 8. Okay.
Yeah.
So
now start the replicate.
Okay. So let's see if it works. This is something new. Thank you. Now, replicate is applied.
Done.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So that is something new which even I have seen. Okay. Fair enough. So let me check the report file over here. Why it did that way? 19C, all right. So let's see what actually happened over here. Okay, so here I started the pump, right? After I stopped the pump, I moved the trail file sequence 11 and I started it back here. So here from this point, well, let's scroll down. So you can see just it is setting up the parameters, etc., etc. And here, so let's see the warning over here. The output trail 11 is not found, and rescan for the previous one. Recovery initialization completed for target 7. Okay, so it actually did the work which I was about to do.
So actually, what I am trying to explain, I mean, the
so what I'm
source
trying to explain, yeah. The thing is how, for example, if your trail file is lost or if it is corrupted, how to solve that. But before that, so let me read everything over here. So where's my target? So if you see here, it also took the recovery checkpoint, isn't it? Which we had taken earlier.
Yes.
Right. So what it did, so what it identified, it just checked till which point the replicate has applied. So it got this SCN, which we had seen in the checkpoint table, right? And then it made the pump to resend the data after this SCN. So ideally, what we do, we set the pump to that trail file. So here, if you see it, the startup input has been rolled back to trail sequence 12 RBA this from this to sequence 11. So let me show you that. This is the thing which I was actually planning to show you manually. But since you told this, thanks. I'll just open the lockdown.
Yeah.
I'll just minimize this way. Yeah, it will be easy for everyone to see. Open. So I'll start with trail file sequence 11. Setting some standard flags. Now, filter include log CSN. Let me put this CSN. This is same what we had found in the GG checkpoint table of the target, right? That is here. Right? It's the same thing, right? 187.004 and all.
Yes, almost.
Just a second. See here. Let me turn on some more flags. File header detail. So now you can see it actually, so till this point, everything has been applied. So what I'll be doing is, I know which trail file is this, right? Trail file sequence. Once again, let me check. I opened in 11 and I did a next trail, NT. So now this was open, right? The current block file is 12. So thing is, till this point, everything was applied. So what I'll be doing, what actually happened here, we can do it manually also. We have to stop the pump, T1, TEST. I have to alter the pump to start the sequence 12, EXT RBA, and this RBA.
Okay, that is your way.
So, no, that is the same way which you told me. In your way, GG did for us.
Yes.
Okay, but ideally how it did? The same way which I told, it has to find till which CSN the target has applied. And all the transactions after these transactions, the pump has to send that. And that is why you got new trail files in the target, that is sequence 8, and the replicate was able to apply all the missing data. Did I make sense over here? So we are identifying till which point. Now, if you fire in the checkpoint table now, the SCN will change because it has went ahead, right? See here. Earlier we had seen this SCN, and this same SCN we got from the report file of the source side. I'll do one thing, I'll paste, I'll copy this line first in a notepad. All right, this is the stuff, and I will copy the SCN which we had identified earlier. Are they same? Correct?
Yes, same.
Exactly. So the point here is, from the checkpoint table, we check the last applied SCN, and we make the pump re-extract from that point. Instead of altering from a time, we have the SCN, we search in the trail file through logdown. Okay, this SCN is in which trail file and in which RBA, and then we alter it to that, and then we start the pump. So the same thing, now this was a case of trail file losing. The same thing can be done if your trail file is corrupted. So in your case also, had you lost the trail files?
Yes.
Exactly. And how you, what caused the loss of the trail file?
I just moved the trail file.
Okay, you knew it. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. But this is the way which it does over here. So even if, for example, if the trail file is corrupted in the sense, if your target server just crashes away, so your pump will actually fail, right? And at that point, the pump, there will be mismatch in the header file of the trail file, right? Because trail file is simply an file in the OS, and every file in the OS has some header info, right? So even in that case, what do? We check the replicate till which SCN it has applied. Now, why I do this way? Because this gives me much control, actually. I'm in full control, and that is what I'll be doing. I will still not be doing this way by making the stuff like the way we did now. Because if it's a simple environment, fair enough. But if you have 30, 40 real-time production databases, I would say, it's good to go this way, because even if anyone asks you how did you perform it, so you would be actually in a state to explain everything, that you took the SCN of the last applied from the checkpoint table over here, you went to the source side and just found which trail holds that checkpoint file. You altered your pump to that trail file and that RBA where you found that data, right? Because if you see here, I have filtered based on that SCN, right? So I'm not just filtering like haywire, right? I'm actually targeting that row in the source side. And from that point, I will alter the pump and I will start. So in this way, the missing data will propagate to the target. This can be done even in case of your trail file being corrupt and all, etc. Any doubt in this?
Great. Yeah, great, Sri. Yes, yes.
Yeah, but I would just say,
actually, I just had one question. When you make the trail files, while actually you are responsible to do the Replicat, I mean, how can the trail files be actually deleted by someone, accidentally or unaccidentally?
See, thing is, I have not faced this thing. In my previous batches, someone asked me, like they were asked in interviews, so I took this. So ideally, I will not like to be in that state where I lost my trail files. But yes, in case if you lose, this is the way. In this, I have the full control of what I am making my pump send, right? I have total control in every step I am performing.
Yes.
So he had asked me because he was asked in an interview. So I came with this class. Simple. If you want, I'll just show you that again, fresh way. Just give me some time. Just start the pump over now for you. Let everything be in sync again. So this case can be used even if your trail file is corrupted. Now, because this is GoldenGate 19C, the step we just did, right? Taking out all the trail files, it worked. But 12.2 OGG is not smart enough.
But is the data exactly matching?
Yeah, because we checked the data also, right? And I checked the report file also. It did exactly the same thing. What it did, recovery initialization completed for target. Now see here, this is target trail file, right? 7 R1.
Right.
In this ESN. So it also identified that target has applied till this point. Now it started the input position and rolled back. So it is going back and then again sending the trail file number 8. We are also doing the same thing. Only thing is manually we are having more control. And if
So
this
you mean to say that GoldenGate is actually a very good software which will make sure
19C
that
only, 19C only.
Oh,
the same thing will not work in 12.2 because I have been working right from 12.11G. Those are not smart. Those are absolutely not smart. Even has any one of you done upgrade of OGG from 12.2 to 19C?
No.
Anyone?
Not me.
No, right? Okay. Others?
I done from 12 to 11 to 04 to 12 to 3.
Okay, but still 19C has anyone done?
No.
Okay, so I'll explain one thing. So now normally if it is in 12.2, right? I'm sorry, I'm just going a little way outside the topic. So 12.2 OGG to 19C. So my way is to create 19C totally in a new home. That's I'll create the new binaries in the new home and I will migrate from 12.2 to 19C. So in that case, I will even copy the trail files. So the thing is, when we copy the trail files from 12.2 to 19C, so here also the trail file format would be 12.2 only, right? Of the last trail. So ideally, when you start your extract in 19C after everything has been done, the new trail should be in 19C format, right? Ideally, since the binary is of 19C, right? The new trail. But ideally, this is not the case. Why? 19C is so smart, it will check what is the format of the last trail. And even though it is 19C binary, so since it saw that the last trail was in 12.2, it will follow the same format for all the trail files. Unless you stop the extract and do a ET rollover. Okay, but that's something out of the topic from here. Okay, I'll just show some small exercise. So here you have 11 row in the source. $11 row in the target. Okay, so I'll just stop the replicate for now. Let's stop the pump for now. Let me do some inserts. I'll use the 900 series. This is the fourth trial which we are doing, like a fourth trial. I'll do stop 4. Stop 4. Okay. So 13 rows. I'll start the pump again. Just ensure that the new trail came to the target. Yeah, the 9 and 10 came, right? Right. Again, I'll do a stop over here. Do one more insert. 950, 960. Start again. Why I'm doing this? Just to have some trail files in the target. That's it. Okay, so you have 9 and 11. Let me check where my replicate was. It was in trail file number 9. Okay, so now again, if I just clean up this trail file, okay, I'll just delete this. All right. So this case is valid even if your trail file is corrupted. It will fail with the corruption error. Okay, so this is stuck, right? Again, it will be 9. Related checkpoint. Yeah. So here the pump is up. So here extract and pumps are up. The replicate is up over here. Now, so now you have identified that it's stuck and all. You have lost some trail files. Now, how to solve it? Stop the Replicat. Same thing which Oracle did, I am doing now here. I'll check the checkpoint table, and yes, you can check the count also over here. You have 11 rows, and here you might be having more rows, that is 15 rows. Okay, so the data is not in sync. That is confirmed. Now let me check in the checkpoint table. So earlier it was trail file sequence 7. Now it is 9. All right, and this is the SCM, the latest one. Latest SCM is this, right? Now my job is to find where does this guy resides, this SCM. So I'm here in my source side. Let's see, extract and pump. All right. So I'll just try to scan some older trail files also. So let me try this trail file sequence 10. So I mean, now what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to find where that SCM resides in my trail file. So to do that, you have to use logdown. And I'm reading from trail file sequence 10, just as an example. Now I will filter INC, log CSN. And what's that CSN value? This one, right? Which is this thing only. Okay, and enter. Now, when I do N, it will try to scan. Okay, nothing here. It didn't find anything in trail file number 10. So when I do NT, it will be next trail. So now if you see, close 10, open 11. Again do N, so the filter is still valid. Did not find anything here. All right, let's go to the next trail.
Basically, the whole point, I think, is that when we actually make the directory while doing the Replicat, we should use the CH mode to make sure that everybody has only read-only access, not write access.
Correct. Yeah, that is the thing which you can do to avoid. Actually, normally we have permission like 440.
440.
But yeah, I mean like it's at the end, it's on you. Simple.
Yeah.
All right. So now I open the last trail. Let's do N. See it. I got the row, right? I got the row. See, stop 3.
Okay.
So now, till this point, my pump has sent everything to the target. Because if you see all the new data, I use stop 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct? And stop 4 is not here in the target.
It's to be all over the trial files.
Yeah. No. From 3 you have. After 3, whatever I have done, that is not that. So now what I'll be doing is, I got the point of this record. So now, let me stop this pump.
Mm-hmm.
Salt P1 TEST EXT SQL. No, that's 12. So I'll keep just 12. EXT RBA. What's that RBA? This is trail file number 12. RBA is 3447. And now start the pump. So tell me one thing over here. The pump has already sent till which trail file in the target?
Right.
I'm asking just to show you. The pump has already sent till trail file sequence 11, right? So the next time
we need to reset.
What
about 10? What about 10? What about 10?
10 is already lost, right?
Okay.
So what I'm
it's
going to
already
do?
automatically pumped in agency?
No. Now we are doing it manually. So what I'm doing,
Right.
I set my pump behind, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and when I start my pump, it will start to write in trail file sequence 12, which that trail file will have the missing data of trail file number 10
Perfect.
and 11.
Perfect.
Okay, so don't go by actual sequence here, because they will never be same.
Okay.
So here is a pump I have altered, and
Okay,
the same thing you can check in the checkpoint of the pump also which trail it has written. It's
Okay, Steve.
P1 test detail. Just scroll a bit up and you see here. Just maximize for you. Target extract trail. So trail sequence 11, that is R1. See here, for Replicate I used R1. Trail sequence 11, 2 to 3. So now when I start my pump, it will start from trail sequence 12. See, it came trail sequence 12. So now I can directly set my replicate from the trail sequence 9 directly to trail sequence 12, because I'm damn sure that my trail sequence 12 has everything which came after trail sequence 9, that is of the trail sequence 10 and 11. So that we can check if the data is in sync, then what I said is true, right? And whenever you're altering your replicate, always as a standard practice, do the DB logging. So that it gets updated in the checkpoint table also. EXT SQL. So here I'm going to set it to which sequence? 12. 12. So this 12 and there is no one-to-one relation between the source trail and the target trail. Okay, keep that thing in mind. And since I want the replicate to read right from the start of that file, I'll give EXT 0. And now let me start it. All right, let me check the stats. Did it actually did anything or not? It did some 4 updates. Now, if I fire the select in the target, see here, 15 rows, and I got the rows which had stop 4, right? And the same thing you do in the source side. (15 rows), right? We exactly did the same thing which GG did earlier, but thing is, I prefer to have the manual control, because the more you have control, the more you can answer to your client and leads and all. And since we are DBA, we should have some control in our hand. So that's the thing why I did it this way. Any
Yes, but
doubts?
see,
Yeah.
if we have control on the directories which we create, then I mean, why would we face such issues?
Okay. Now forget about the trail file being lost. Your trail file can get. I mean, if for example your target just crashes, so your trail file can get corrupted, right?
Trail files are created from the source. So
I'm saying about the target trail.
Okay.
No, wait a second. Your pump is writing to sending the trail files to the target, right?
Right.
And in between, the server crashes. Now, the target server.
Right.
So tell me one thing: will your pump have enough time to update the header and all? No, right? There are chances that your file can be corrupted, isn't it?
No, but when the target is crashed or the source is crashed, why will the source transfer the file to a target with TCP/IP?
No, you're not understanding. Wait a second. Your pump, what is your pump doing? Your pump is sending the trail files to to the target, right?
Right.
Now, for example, leave the pump, while any process is writing to the target, and if the target server itself crashes down, then your pump will also fail, right? Since it is not able to write to the target.
Yeah, if it is not able to write the entire file to target, the entire file will be actually rollback. I mean, it will be.
Okay. I think you got it wrong. Okay, listen. Pump is not doing SCP. GoldenGate pump does not work that way. For example.
So it does only online?
I'll show you. Just a second. For example, the maximum size of this pump is, for example, 100 MB. Okay. So thing is, it's not like the pump will wait for the file to reach its max size and then it will just take the whole file and dump it to the target. No. Even if you write 2 KB of data over here, that 2 KB will be transferred. The file itself as a whole will not be transferred. Pump works that way. Because in my case, the maximum size I gave as 10 MB. So it did not wait for the file to reach to 10 MB and then my pump will send. No, right? Whatever
No, but
RPA,
I actually thought that basically I'm actually into Oracle professional. I'm actually into so I thought the data pump create some log which has been transferred, or it would create some alert file or something like that, some kind
report
of
file
error
is
file.
there. Yeah, it is there. So that's what I'm saying. So I just told you. Yeah. So that is there in the report file. So thing is, what I told you was a real case scenario where the pump can have the trail file corrupted if the target is lost.
Yes. So which means if the target is not receiving the entire data from the source, the target will be lost.
Correct. So what I'm trying to say, so in that case also, right, even when the server comes back again, the pump fails because it is not able to get the consistent state of the RNT file. So in that case also, exactly. So thing is, in that case also, you can use this method. This is what I was trying to say. The one I told, right?
You're trying to say, okay, fine.
Yeah, because now you said that you will, I mean, ideally we should not lose the trail files. That is true. But thing is, this method is true for many of the use cases. Like if your trail file is corrupted, or if your trail file is lost, or if you need to do a data sync, selective data sync, even this method can be used. So that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
Different use case, but the method is actually same. So
Yeah,
this is like so this is like a controlled way of to understand till which point my replicate has applied, and I make my pump to again send me the data after that. Yeah, I mean the pump to send the data after that point, after the last SCN point which my replicate has read. Simple.
Simple, sir. Simple, sir.
Okay, any other doubt? Oh God, it took 2 hours. Okay, sorry for that. I did not know it took long. Anyone, any doubt here? Anything you want to ask? Anything?
No.
Okay.
No, nothing from my side.
Okay, guys, great. So, even if you have any doubts, just let me know, because in GoldenGate, the main objective is like as the environment will change, the issues will also change. So, like
GoldenGate is basically a software which actually makes sure that replication is always perfect. I mean, which actually makes sure that we have got security of doing the replication. Like if I am a user of doing the replication on development environment, I can do the entire application very comfortably, basically.
Exactly. So what it does, it's actually, to be frank enough, it's a very robust tool, and it helps in real-time sync. So at any point of time, it is actually, I have used another tool which is called as ATTUT, is an Israel-based tool. So I have used this software also, but I did not find it strong enough as GG, because the GoldenGate checkpoint is very strong, and the main thing is the trail file format. So the trail file gives me a lot of control to play.
This actually GoldenGate, Sri, is it a product of Oracle itself, or is it like
No, it
Oracle
was acquired by Oracle.
It was acquired by Oracle. All right.
Yeah. So after acquiring, they added the integrated extract and all.
Oh, okay, sir.
Earlier it was not there.
Right, sir. Right. All right.
Okay, guys. Thank you, guys. I mean, like, I enjoyed to teach actually, and just share my, what I learned and all. So any doubt, just feel free to ask. No worries. We're just here to learn and share.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Srikanth. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice session, man.
Thank
Thanks a
you.
lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone. All right. Ramesh, if we can close the session.